What is up, Gemini? How y'all doing? How you doing? It's time for your January 2024 main monthly reading. So, for those of you who would like to schedule a personal reading, all the information on how to go about doing that is in the description box of this video. So keep in mind, everybody, I'm still keeping the sales that I started running for the pre-recorded personal readings and whatnot from September, keeping that all the way through. So for those of you who are curious, I had to pull back on the Zoom calls, but for the pre-recorded personal readings, all that's still in effect. So all of that is in the description of this video. All right, let's jump on into this as soon as I find a deck that'll talk to me. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Starting this off with the person from the past. Past person. Person from the past. What's happening between Gemini and the person they have past history with? What's happening? Gemini and the past person. Ooh, the Ten of Swords. You've been doing a lot more healing than you know. Some of you know. But I know that the Gemini saga that's been going on here for the past couple of months, and the Geminis who have come to me for readings and Zoom calls and whatnot, it seems like a lot of Geminis aren't really aware of how much healing y'all been doing. And I think the reason that you're not aware of it is because it's painful. But that's a good thing. True healing is painful. It is. But anyway, let's see what's happening here. Ooh, the Eight of Wands reversed. You might actually end up getting a little bit of communication. You very well may. Yup, Knight of Swords. That's what I thought. I'm kind of feeling like this is unexpected communication. Something still feels a little bit weird here, though. This is kind of like a cliffhanger, where it feels like communication is coming in, but then it's like, then what? It almost kind of like, if you could imagine your inbox dings, and it's this person. And it's like, hey, what you been up to? Oh, not much. What you been up to? Nothing much. You know, awkward. You feel the tension, the awkward tension in there. That's kind of what this feels like. Now, we got this Tower card here. I don't want to speak too much on that, but since it came out right there over the Knight of Swords, I think this is unexpected. The Tower also represents something unexpected. So, like I said, I think it's going to be unexpected communication. Not seeing a new start in love, though. So for those of you wondering if a reconciliation attempt is happening here, it doesn't look like it. Maybe y'all are just making peace with the past. Maybe that's all they're really wanting to do. But I am feeling like there is already a third energy in the mix here. This person's still refusing to take accountability, though. They're still refusing to take accountability. So, Well, this is a big cliffhanger. Look, real quick before I forget, the signs I have on the table. I have Taurus, Aries, Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, and Pisces. All right. Well, let's take a deeper little dig at how this person really feels and what their intentions truly are. How does the person from the past feel about Gemini? What are their true intentions? What's their energy look like? What kind of person are they? Let's see. Did y'all get notified? This is only my second live stream of the day. Usually YouTube waits until after the third live stream to stop notifying everybody. You never know though, dude. Full moon, Mercury retrograde. I ain't even gonna stress about it. Ain't no point. Ain't no point. Yeah, see? Ace of Cups in the reverse. So this person does feel unfinished business, but I don't think they're trying to come forward with a love offer. I think there's just something that they want to get off their chest. Six of Pentacles reversed. This came out in the last spread too. I just didn't mention it. So this is still very, very one-sided. This person still doesn't really care too much about what you've had going on, why you made whatever decisions that you made. I don't think they're trying to come forward with a love offer. I don't think so. It feels to me like they want to get something off their chest. Let me see if I can clarify that. What is this person is trying to tell Gemini? What do they want to get off their chest? Fool card reversed. Something that they were afraid to come forward and say in the past. Ace of Wands. Four of Pentacles reversed. Six of Wands. It's not really telling me. Probably because it's so different for every last one of you. I'm not really getting a clear message as to what it is, but I would imagine that if you suspected something in the past, that's probably what it was. If you suspected something, that's probably what it was. Real talk. Yeah. I think they just want to get this off their chest so they can start new and start fresh. It's been weighing them down. Yeah, but they're not, I don't think this is a love offer. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they just feel guilty. All right, well, what's the outcome of the situation? What's the outcome of this situation? Empress reversed. So I don't think this person is coming back to earn a solid, stable place in your life. I don't think so. I don't think you all are like forming a tight, close connection. Hermit, yeah, Five of Cups. You might end up disappointed, especially if you have expectations. You know, you hear that ding and then you see their name and you're like, oh, hoping that it's going to go one way, but it ain't going how you had hoped. So it kind of is telling me that you're feeling a little bit disappointed. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I do think you're going to end up finding out about some kind of secret or something that they were lying about or hiding in the past. And yeah, I see 10 of Cups is reversed. This is not a successful, if it's you attempting reconciliation, it's not a successful attempt. But I feel like mainly this person's just trying to make peace with the past. And if you have expectations, I think it's telling me that you'll be let down and disappointed. Because this person is not extending or accepting any offers. By the way, the signs I have now are Taurus, Virgo, Taurus and Virgo. Okay. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for this situation? Gemini and the past person. What's the advice? Nine of Swords reversed. It's time to give yourself permission to stop losing sleep over this. I know that's easy to say and hard to do. I get it. Nine of Cups, though, the Hierophant. So this is all about learning and applying the lesson. Learning and applying that lesson. We always love to talk about the lesson that we learned, but learning a lesson isn't worth a hill of shit if you don't apply it moving forward. And that can be a painful process. It absolutely can. Like I said, true healing is usually very painful. There's that 10 of Swords reversed again. One of the reasons generally why it can tend to be so painful is because most of the time what we're healing from is our own expectations weren't met. We draw a picture in our mind of the life that we want. We draw this picture in our mind of where we think our life is going. We draw a picture in our mind of who we think someone is. We draw this picture in our mind, And then we just start dumping all of our energy into this picture that we're drawing in our imagination of who this person is, where our life is going, what's going to happen in the future. And then something happens that comes along and shatters that picture that we painted in our mind. That's painful. Seeing the truth, facing the fact that we painted a picture based on lies, deceit, misinformation, that's a painful process. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's easy. Oh, no, it ain't. It's not easy for me. It's not easy for anybody. But it's very healing. And if you give yourself permission to go all the way through that process and pop out the other side, you will do quantum leaps in evolution. Yep, you show will. You damn show will. All right, let's take a look here at the person that you're interested in. This is for the singles. Single Geminis and the person they're interested in. What's happening? Anything good happening? Is a relationship started? Is a love offer being made? What's the dealio? Uh-oh. Hierophant reversed. I think you're interested in somebody that's scared of commitment. Might be a commitment phobe. Why is this person afraid of commitment? 10 of Cups reversed. Okay, that's what I thought. That's the Death card reversed. So why, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, why is somebody afraid of commitment? Generally, because of something that happened in the past. Always. Always. This person they're not afraid of commitment. They're afraid of wasting their time. That's, again, most people who are afraid of commitment, it's not commitment that they're afraid of. They're afraid of committing to something, dumping all their energy and their effort into this situation just to get stabbed in the back. Shit on, So, this kind of tells me that you might be throwing in the white towel and giving up on this situation. Yeah. Okie dokie. Let me see how this person feels about you. How's this person feel about Gemini? Single Gemini. How does their love interest feel about them? 10 of Cups reversed again. I don't think this person wants a serious relationship. And I don't think it has anything to do with you. So, I know you don't want to hear this, but don't take it personal. I know that's not the easiest thing to do in the world. So I just don't think this person really wants to be tied down to anybody right now. They don't want drama. In their mind, they think relationships are nothing but drama. Maybe this person's just never had a healthy relationship in their life. So this person's emotionally closed off. I think they know that at a certain level, if they gave themselves permission to have feelings for you, that they could be interested in you. If they let themselves be. But I just honestly feel like this person's never had a healthy relationship in their life. They're afraid of abandonment. They're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of drama, conflict, when you get into a relationship and everything is going good. We're really becoming attached to each other. We're really starting to like each other. And then one day, the energy changes and then the person that you're dealing with just turns into another person and they just turn into a mean, angry fucking person. And it just, now we're attached to each other. It's hard to walk away from. I've done invested time and energy into this. Now what do I do? And it just spirals out of control into a toxic cycle. That's what this person's afraid of. And it ain't got nothing to do with you personally. It don't. Oh, this person's lonely. They are lonely and codependent. But I think they would rather be alone than be in a relationship that in their mind will probably just end up being nothing but drama. I don't know why they're projecting that onto you. I don't know. I'm not going to sit and judge it. I don't know if that's just their own broken insecurities, or if they've maybe observed you and come to the conclusion that that may be the kind of person that you are. I don't know. I don't know. Does this even need any advice? What kind of advice can you give a situation like that? Besides the advice I always give. Usually those kind of situations, I always just give the same default advice, but let me just see if something else wants to come out. Let's see. What's the advice for this situation? The Four of Swords. That's all about relaxing and taking a break. Man, focus on your goals for 2024. Focus on your goals. See, here's the funny thing about this. This person's right. It would turn into something toxic, but not because you're a toxic person, because they are. I think the person you're dealing with isn't a perfect little angel. I don't think so. I don't think so. So this right here, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, focus on them goals for 2024. Knight of Pentacles too, I missed that one. Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, I'm sorry. Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. That's all about financial goals. Yeah, 2024 is going to be a crazy financial year, y'all. It's going to be a crazy financial year. We're entering into a whole new world. 2024 is going to be a very transformational year. Very transformational. So, you and your actual person are not a frequency match yet. When it comes to love and relationships, see what you attract. If you're not attracting anything right away, trust that the universe knows what it's doing. Maybe it's just not the right time. This right here, I do think, see, there's always, whenever you're not attracting somebody in, there's always, depending on what's going on, there's always something different. It could be your vibration. Maybe you're not vibrating at a frequency that would attract a healthy, successful connection in. Or maybe it could just be bad timing. I think this right here is more timing than anything. Now, it's always vibrational. Always. But I think the time has a lot to do with it too, because you and this person aren't a frequency match yet, and it's not time for the two of you to link up vibrationally. So if the universe isn't bringing this person into your life, just take a step back and trust the universe. I know that's hard. That's all hard. It's really hard, actually. It's really hard when things aren't going the way you want them to. It's easy to say that you trust the universe when things are going good. But it's when things start becoming questionable that maintaining that trust in the universe is difficult to do. You know? Let's look at the next person who's due to come in then. Who's the next person who's actually due to come into Gemini's life? Who's the next person due to come in? This isn't necessarily your love interest. Isn't necessarily the person you're interested in. See what I'm saying? Look, when the next person who's due to come in makes their way in, that door will open and you'll be able to pass through with little to no resistance. The two of you will be drawn together naturally and organically. You will have to put forth very little work and effort. And even if there are some obstacles in the way, both of you will work to overcome those obstacles. See, people always say things like, oh, bad timing. Now, what does that usually mean, bad timing? Think about that. Let's dig that up a little bit. I met somebody, but there's always bad timing. What does that really mean? What that means is one, the other, or both of us don't care enough about this connection to overcome the obstacles. That's what it means. That's what it means. Oh, every time we try to go out one day, either I'm busy or they're busy. Something comes up. Well, then cancel that thing that comes up. How much do you want this connection? If y'all both want this connection so strong it keeps you up at night, y'all are going to figure out how to work through it. You're going to figure out how to work through it. Yeah, you will. Oh, yes, you will. But this one here, the next person due to come in, is going to flow very naturally and organically. Very naturally and organically. Ace of Pentacles, Emperor. Okay. Oh, you and this person have a karmic contract. Don't let that alarm you. That doesn't mean that it has to be a bad thing. Woo, and we got that Lover's card too, though. Boy, that's also the Gemini card. But this signifies an insanely intense connection. With the Wheel of Fortune reversed, yeah, this is going to be an insanely intense connection. Insanely intense. It may trigger some insecurities too. Yep, this is definitely going to trigger any unprocessed, unresolved PTSDs, emotional triggers. See, connections this intense, that's why they're usually so difficult and challenging. Because it triggers the release of unprocessed energy that you're holding deep, deep down inside. And when that energy bubbles up to the surface, sometimes it can be a pain in the ass to deal with. Okay. I don't think this is going to be something that you could just easily walk away from. And it's not going to be something they could easily walk away from either. Because this connection is insanely intense. Probably scares the shit out of both of you too. King and Queen of Cups came out back to back in the upright. With the Lover's card, shit. It's going to be a good one. There might be some challenges, but that don't mean it ain't going to be a good one. Yeah. Let's look and see this person's feelings, their intentions, what kind of person they are generally. Let's see. Page of Pentacles reversed. Emperor again. Could be an Aries for some of you. This person seems very well put together. And the Justice, yeah. Very well put together. They're a little bit shy and a little bit awkward, especially when it comes to showing their feelings. Because there's the karmic wheel again in the reverse. So they feel a really strong connection with you, but they don't know why. Most of the time, those kind of connections will trigger insecurities. You know? Because it's like, why is it that whenever you show up in my life, it's so intense I can barely think straight? Why is that? So it freaks people out. And sometimes they'll throw their guard up a little bit because they may be embarrassed to admit how strong the connection is. Maybe a little bit ashamed to admit how strong the connection is. Emperor and Empress. They really do feel like you are their counterpart. Lover's card again. Oh, Lover's card twice in a row, yo. With the karmic wheel, look, these two both came out in the last spread too. And this isn't the same deck that I used. Every time I pull a new spread, I grab a different deck. I have 17 tarot decks on my table. So, let's look at the outcome for the first month. What is the outcome for the first month? I'm not feeling that deck. How about this one? This is the deck that I used in my tarot course in my school. I still have that deck. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. What's the outcome? Hermit. Okay, so y'all are moving forward kind of slow. Okay, conflict is being avoided. I'm feeling like some trust issues are bubbling up here. Trust issues and insecurities. Yeah. So this is definitely going to trigger some trust issues and insecurities. Definitely. So you might just kind of try to pull back and lay low a little bit, because this is one of those types of things where we have this thing in our mind, and I think we all do this, where once we've been hurt enough times, every time something really good comes, we can't even enjoy it, because the first thing we start thinking about is how bad it's going to suck if it gets taken away from us, you know? And I think that's kind of what's happening here. You're trying to just withdraw, lay low, and hang back a little bit and intuitively feel this situation out. Because now you're thinking about the last person who hurt you. And you're thinking, well, I wonder if this person has a DM full of other people, you know? And it's triggering some insecurities, but conflict is being avoided. What could possibly be the advice for that situation? What's the advice? What's the advice? Four of Wands. Man, you're going to have to figure out how to work through that. You're going to have to figure out how to work through that. I know that's difficult. If you can maintain long enough, those insecurities will eventually go away. Maintain your composure. Don't let your insecurities or your negative emotions make any crazy decisions for you. And those insecurities will eventually end up going away. You got to process through them, though. You got to really dig it up and sit with it and process through it. That doesn't mean sit around and waller in it. That doesn't mean, keep reinforcing the same negative emotional response. We got to dig this back up and pop away and look at these unhealed traumas and insecurities from another perspective. And really, really analyze our ego from the perspective of our higher self. And usually whenever you really figure out how to kind of make that separation and just pop away, a lot of times the ego kind of goes through this thing where it kind of does its own thing by itself. It's kind of weird. But that will pass. This too shall pass. So there's nothing wrong with kind of withdrawing, but at least communicate to the person. If you're going to withdraw and kind of lay low, communicate what's going on. Let them know. Don't just let them hang in the dark wondering what they did wrong. Let them know, I'm dealing with a lot right now. This connection's triggering some insecurities in me. Let it be known. Communicate what's going on with you. Okay? And just be open, honest, and upfront. Open, honest, and upfront. Communicate. Communication is so important. And you're a Gemini, so you love to communicate. But it's still, especially in times like this, it's incredibly important. One of the most important key factors in sustaining a healthy, successful relationship is the willingness to have uncomfortable conversations. Oh, that's one of them. If I had to make a list of the top 5 most important elements in a healthy, successful relationship that lasts, that would be one of them. The willingness to have those uncomfortable conversations that we don't want to have. To open up and admit that thing that you don't want to admit that's embarrassing. And to be vulnerable and let that guard down and let your person in on what's really going on in here. And having that uncomfortable conversation, that thing that you normally want to keep to yourself and kind of run from and try to hide it and bury it. And hey, If you want a healthy, successful relationship to last a lifetime, and we got to share that shit together, dude. We got to be like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and it's not a fun process. It's not. It's scary. It can be a little bit embarrassing. It can be awkward. It can be weird, but we got to connect like that, or else it's doomed for failure eventually. All right? Okie dokie. I do feel like those were the messages that my Gemini friends needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope that gave y'all the clarity and guidance that you needed. And I greatly appreciate every last one of you who tuned in, played along, and showed love, support, and positive feedback. That's what makes my job worthwhile here on YouTube, y'all. I greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to check down in the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Y'all stay blessed.